Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of Modsauce. In the last episode, we finished off with setting up the mob farms, the Cursed Earth farms, and I wanted to head over there first and show you guys the changes that I have done. But don't worry, we're not going to spend much time in the mob farms today. We got some other stuff to do. About 1 hour into having this run, after the episode ended, all the chests downstairs and all the 8 chests up here were filled. It's incredibly how fast this farm is. And of course, most of the stuff, there's a witch by the way, do you guys see that? Most of the stuff is, bows and armor and other gobbledygook that we don't care about. And I also noticed that we get witches spawning and blue slime balls. Blue slimes. And the blue slimes actually don't get killed by the harvesters. I just let them be, and then after a while, I don't know, they despawn or something. I don't know what happens to them, but I have never gotten any blue slime balls. But anyway, it's very fast. It produces a lot of mob essence and drops. First thing I did is when I was working over here again, I put up these 4 sound mufflers, so it's nice and quiet. And I replaced the 4 chests with a few deep storage units for all the regular stuff that I want to keep, like rotten flesh, gunpowder, string, arrows, bones, and spider eyes. And then I made a barrel. There's one more on the other side for all the different heads. I want to collect them. I think they're going to be useful eventually. And a barrel doesn't hurt, and when that gets full, it just keeps going and it's going to get voided. So if there's any other drops that we are not keeping, everything gets voided. And over here I'm keeping sugar. I don't know if this is actually really important, the same with bottles, but I'm keeping them for now. Again, it's just barrels, redstone, glowstone, ingots, and the enderman head. Now I'm voiding ender pearls, enderman heads that are not the ones from beheaded. I think that's beheaded over here, isn't it? No, that's from Hardcore Ender expansion. The beheaded ones are in the chest over at the Enderman farm. And all the other garbage that we don't need, like bows and armor and so on, everything just gets voided. And yeah, it's running, it's working great. I haven't used any of the stuff here, but very soon we're gonna make use of all the mob essence that we're getting. And over here, just check in, yeah, almost 13,000 ender pearls. So we're doing good. And these skulls I'm not keeping on the other one either, because we're never going to use them all, but we got them. Alright, so now let's head upstairs, and I got a nice little reveal. I made a new room. I wanted to have a nice big room where we can set up... Oh, I got the night vision on again. Where we can set up machines for ore processing, cobble gen, QED, and whatnot. And I wanted something a little bigger so we don't run out of room, and I decided to put it down here. And War Power helped me a lot by building this. It was a lot of work, and I think it turned out good. I think this looks like almost like a grand hall. Like, I don't know, it could be anything, but I'm very pleased and happy about the look of this room. I think it's very nice. I first had the walls done with just stone brick, but then I got a little tired. I don't want to use only stone brick everywhere, right? Like here. And then I looked through, different stones, and I found this border stone alternate, and I think it's amazing. I love this building block because of these connected texture borders here. You place it in here, and it automatically makes the border. I think it's really good looking. And I also placed it up here instead of the stone brick, so it's a little different. And then I had this flat ceiling here. I did have the dark oak stairs in here as like a crown molding or something like that, but it was just flat across. And I had no idea what kind of ceiling I want to build. And I asked in chat, and then Renovate came over, and I mean, he's an amazing builder. If you guys haven't seen his bases and videos, definitely go check out his channel. He's a really, really good builder. And he said, why don't you go for half barrel ceiling? Like, apparently that's what this is called, a half barrel. And then he even painted me a picture with blocks on the floor, because I didn't fully understand what that means. And so this is, you know, recessed back here. There's still stone up here, but nobody's ever going to look up here, so I left it. There's like a little catwalk up here. If we ever need to run wires or pipes, it's actually perfect. And no reason for fancy lighting because, well, you know, if you don't have flight, who looks up there? Nobody. But it looks, I think it looks really cool. And these chandeliers, these are gold, chiseled gold blocks. I used in the Ender.io painting machine on fences, and this is gold fence also from Ender.io painting machine. I'm not really too happy about this gold yet, because it doesn't look like gold to me. This color up here is more golden looking than this. This is yellow to me. It's not gold. But eventually I'm going to figure out what kind of chandelier. And I grew a bunch of, what are they called? Candleberries, I think. Yeah, and made these Pam's Harvestcraft candles. I think they look better than just torches. And put them up there. And then, you know, decoration with the buttons. They're supposed to be like, what do you call them? Spleens, splines, something like that, you know, in carpentry where you hold together two logs. And that's it. The floor, let me turn on night vision so you can see it. I did not know what to do on the floor, so I just made it this for now. And because this room is so big, and I don't want to have the feel that it's just a big room with machines in it, like over there is the first group we're gonna talk in a minute. I'm thinking of maybe making this look like a library. Okay? So if there's machines over here, then I'm gonna have bookcases around it. So when you come into here, it looks like a library. Okay, when you come in here. But then each section in the library actually has machines. You know, it doesn't need to make sense really, but it's just for looks, so it's broken up, and then little seating and reading areas and stuff like that, and just have the machines mixed in. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but I think that it would be a good idea. And please go down in the comments and let me know what you think. The floor, I don't know what to do with it. I tried all kinds of different things with stained clay. I tried to make like a checkerboard pattern. But it drove me nuts on the eyes, honestly. So for now, I leave it like this, but I would like to make something else. But no factory look, you know what I mean? It's still supposed to look like a dwarven kingdom somewhat. All right. But now let's get started talking about these machines here. So these are the 5 crafters from Ender.io that we had over in the other room temporary. And I told you guys last episode that I had an idea what we could use them for, and you can guess it probably. It's a cobble gen. I want to get to, well, bedrockium ingots eventually. And I know this is not the fastest way. You can make these a lot more efficient if you go 100% extra utilities, but I just can't afford it. I don't have the mats required to, you know, have all 8 different sections, each one with an upgraded transfer node and all the chests and the rationing pipes and so on and so on. Eventually we're gonna make it, but you know, this system actually works very nice. This has been just about 2 hours, I'm gonna guess 2.5 hours maybe, and we already have 3 stacks of quadruple compressed cobblestone. That's not bad. We could already make the portal to the deep dark, but no use to go there yet, but we'll make it soon. So how does this work? And I actually did a lot of planning and testing in single player on how to maximize this. Underneath these 3 blocks here, you see is a transfer node, water source block, lava source block, and that's a cobblestone. I'm sure you guys know how to make that. And now the testing I did was I wanted to make sure that, you know, as I don't have any bottlenecks, and I'm using as it to the fullest potential. That's how I should say it. So how did I go about this? Well, you can put the octadic capacitor into these machines. And then from there, I did all my testing around it. What comes into it and what goes out. Now, right here in the transfer node, I have 45 world interaction upgrades and 4 speed upgrades. When I was testing in single player, I did not have these speed upgrades because this node was directly next to the machine, so I didn't have this extra pipe. But after I set it up here, these machines were pretty much always empty, so I knew it doesn't get cobble fast enough, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I figured that it's because of this pipe, because you see it has to I take this out, you actually see it searching here. You see that? And it's always full. So it's just not fast enough. And when you put in 4-speed upgrades, that seems to work. Now, why 45 world interaction upgrades? And that's where my testing came in. If I put any more than 45 world interaction upgrades, this inventory right here starts filling up. And that told me that this machine cannot process more than 45 at a time, pretty much. That's how much it gets. You see, you can clearly see that. It never gets empty and it never gets fuller. So that seems to, let's just take this out for a second. There you go. Now you can actually see it. It was not even with the 8 for some reason. And because I wanted to save mats, because this pretty much, these two right here, cost me almost all my lapis. I wanted to make sure I only make as many world interaction upgrades than I can actually handle. Now, initially I only had one crafter making compressed cobblestone, but it wasn't fast enough. This thing here was moving very slow, because in this one I have a double layer capacitor. If I don't have the double layer capacitor, you're gonna see this filling. It cannot keep up processing. It is still making the triple compressed cobble, the double compressed cobble. You can see that coming right here, and it's not too slow, but it is filling up. And then the minimum you gotta put in here is a double layer capacitor, and then it actually can keep up and it does not fill. And the other two, you see right here, they don't have any upgrades. There's none needed because it's going really slow, but it's fast enough. And I left one gap right here. Once I have the lapis required to make another 45 world interaction upgrades, I'm gonna add another crafter right here and another cobble gen down here in these 3 blocks, and gonna feed that into this one. And then I'm gonna see if this is fast enough to keep up with the double layer, and if it then fills up with 3 other crafters filling it with compressed, then I'm gonna upgrade this. But I don't think it will. I think it's gonna be fast enough. Alright, so this is the cobble gen, and I didn't want to set it up on camera because I wanted to take the time to explain on what my thought process was with this. And the other things like, you know, setting the input output and stuff, I'm sure you guys know. You have pulling and pushing, and on this side I also pull in. And the other ones you see here, that's where the cobble gen comes from, and this is where the cobble gen comes from. So those are also pulling. And then it's just passing it from one machine to the next, and in the end this one is pushing it out into the barrel. That's it. Very simple, and I'm really digging these crafters. I think we're gonna make use of them a lot. Eventually, and especially when we come to actual auto crafting. I think we're gonna use them a lot. I really enjoy them. Up top on the wind turbines, this whole system here, with all the grinders and all these crafters now and so on, our wind turbines don't care. We're making so much power with just these wind turbines that I think that when I start running low, I might just add another 10 or 20 up here. Then the only thing is I will need to upgrade these conduits to the higher ones, but I think it's still a ways away until we need that. Alright, now that we have all the things out of the way I set up, I wanted to talk about these signs real quick. We're still working, let me turn off night vision. We're still working on completing the jail and so on, and I still don't know where I want to put the steel tank for the mob essence. I still haven't figured that out. But now we're actually going to skip Botania and Blood Magic for an episode or 2, because I want to get down to the digital miner. So we're actually going to skip these 3 right now, and we're going straight for the digital miner because I want to have it for, like I explained in the last episode, I want to be able to target special ores. For example, I'm out of lapis. Okay, I got 51 lapis left, that's it. I have redstone coming out of my ears. I have nether quartz coming out of my ears. I have metals enough. I don't have any shortage, but I need lapis. And the other thing is also I needed a lot of quarried stone yesterday for that ceiling, and I would like to get more abyssal stone and so on because I barely have any left. So I would like to make the digital miner today so we can go out and, you know, set it up as a quarry for just everything when there's no need. But when I need it for something, I can just take it out of the mining world, go to a quarried hole, and just suck out all the stone and so on. So I would really like to make this now. And I'm going to go ahead and get all the parts prepared, and we'll put it together, and then I'll show you guys where we're going to set it up first. I'll be right back. Okay, I got all the mats together to make our digital miner. I love that machine. So let's go ahead and get this guy out. And I'm also going to make 8 speed upgrades and 8 energy upgrades. That is the max you can put into this machine or any of the other mechanism machines. And we're gonna go head over to the mining world and set this up. And I also wanted to show you guys a farm that I set up here yesterday. Right here, I'm gonna show you in a second. Because I needed spruce. I was constantly out of spruce wood for that big room. And I got tired of chopping these down by hand. It's time to set up a harvester and a planter. And I did that. And I put in silver upgrades. So we have a 15 by 15 platform here. Right now I'm making acacia wood because, well, I got full barrel of spruce and dark oak. And I also have more dark oak in here. And I also had this running yesterday with these candleberries because I wanted to get a lot of those for candles. We're going to use candles a lot throughout our build. So I just, well, I didn't want to do it by hand, so I used this. And now a little funny story. I was AFK over here, even though I have a spot loader, but I was AFK doing dinner or something. And when I came back, there was dark oak everywhere here. And I'm like, all right, what's going on? Why doesn't it harvest? And then I looked and I couldn't find any reason. Until I noticed that the harvester was gone. Do not plant dark oak on your tree farm because it grows down and out. So dark oak broke my harvester and the conduit down there. I was lucky it didn't break my planter and tesseract and so on. I guess you can use an automated farm like this. Just don't plant in this middle square of the planter. So no dark oak can ever grow in here and break your planter. And just make the upgrade here smaller. No, sorry. Keep that the large silver, for example. And on the planter you go down to copper or something so you don't plant all the way to the edge. So you would only plant like from here to here, to here, and all the way around. And that way your machines would be safe. Eventually you're gonna run out of dirt to plant on because the dark oak is gonna break it. But yeah, just a little funny story. I won't do that mistake again. And now here's the portal. I am going to quarry or use the digiminer from here going north. We spoke about that. Renovate is over here. I think his quarry is sitting up right there going this way. There's one big quarry hole already you guys can see over here from War Power. And he's gonna go north. And I'm going north. So we never run into each other because we are close together. But we gotta go further out. So we're gonna set up the first one somewhere out here. And I wanted to show you guys how I figure out, you know, how far is the thing actually gonna go? Because it says it has a radius of 32 maximum, but, well, where? Where is the radius start? And after some testing is this right here. This block is the middle. So 32 blocks this way, 32 blocks that way, this way, and this way is where it actually goes. So that's what I want to set up real quick. So beyond this leg here, I need to measure 31. And I'm going to show you guys real quick the first one, and then I'll do the other ones off camera on how I mark where the thing is going, because I like to mark it so later on I know, hey, I've already been here. So this is 33, 32. Come on, update. What is this here? 33. So this is 32. Is that right? Sorry, I'm going to measure again. Here. Yeah, 32. Oh. Wow, I'm a knucklehead. It was 29, 30, 31, 32. Now it showed 34, 33, 32. So it's here. So let me put down a landmark right there. I lost internet there for a minute, and so I have to start recording again. And, well, I'm sure you guys know how to measure 32 blocks, excluding this block in the middle. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. 32 this way, and so on. And then I just mark my corners with a fence like this. That's why I turned off night vision, so you guys can see that easier, you know, in all 4 corners. So I just know later on, hey, I've already been here, or other people that come in the area, and so on. So now I just put my tesseract next to this. It's already set to receive energy only, and it's already filled. And I'm gonna start putting the energy upgrades in here because they take a minute. Then I usually take my spot loader and put it on the other side. And then I take an ender chest and put it back here. Now that is for when it's, you know, stationary, when I tell it, you know, all ores in the area. Go nuts, have fun. But for our purposes here right now is I wanted to show you how I target something specifically. And like right now, I want lapis. So I'm not setting it to auto eject right now, it's off. Pulling is off. What the pulling feature is for is if you have an inventory up here, for example, with stone bricks. And I say replace all grass. I dig up all the grass. And then when you set it to auto pull, it will replace everything that it digs up with the stone. But for our purposes, I'm not going to do that. It's really nice if you want to, example, change a large area. Let's say you have gravel roads and now you want them to be whatever, stone bricks and so on. It's nice, and you can use this machine to do that. And the other one, silk touch here, I want on now because we're getting lapis. And then when we got all the lapis, I'm going to use my fortune pick to break it down to make sure we get more, or process it like with the enrichment chamber or something like that. So let's go into the config. Radius is 32. That's the max you can do. And min, I'm going to go 0. And what height are we here? 91. So I'm just going to go to max 90. Because, well, nothing is going to be up here at the 91st layer because that's what the grass is. And now to look up what you need to put into this for lapis is the best thing is if you go look up lapis lazuli ore. And then press U when you hover over it. And then go twice to the left and there's an ore dictionary entry. And this right here, ore lapis. That is what we want to put in on a new filter. Ore dictionary. And then you just type ore lapis. Press the check mark and it's going to show it to you up here, including the one from the abyssal. And we save that, and that's the only one we're looking for. Now, if you have a funky block in there, okay? That you don't know, you cannot look it up for some reason, but you want to get more of it. What you can also do is new filter and then say item stack. And then, let's see if this works. No, because it's not an ore. But you can drag the block in here and then click save. And then it will look for that block specifically. And you can add, you know, as many blocks as you want here. Or if you're out and you just want to find any ore, okay? What you can do is asterisk or asterisk. And then when you click here, you're going to see this now go through all the gold, iron, coppers, everything that has ore in the name. And that way you can use this as a quarry and it will leave everything else. It won't touch the limestone and all these things. But I don't want that. I just want the lapis now. And I did put the speed upgrades. It's set to silk. We got the power. I'm not ejecting it. Boom, start. So it's going to pick up 40 blocks of lapis in this little area here, the 32 radius, and that is why I love this guy. Especially in the beginning where I don't have ore processing set up right now, nothing. So it's hard for me to pick up everything possible, and it is done. I mean, how amazing is this? I love it. Now we got all the lapis in this area. Let's just do one more thing here. When you want to redo it, you click stop, then reset, back to config, and let's just go for the big stuff. Let's get us some or diamond. Oh yeah, let's get the diamonds. Let's see how many there are. 120. There's more diamonds than lapis. That is funny. And just for fun, let's go make us a pillar and take this down. See how much we get. I love doing that. If I can stay in flight, then this is gonna be faster. Alright, let's get our lapis out. Lapis. Our pick and go nuts. Let's see how many stacks we're getting. I think I'm still getting more than any kind of ore processing can get with this Fortune 3 pick. Oh, that is such a beautiful sound, isn't it? Oh. Alright, I'm gonna say 11 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, 10 and a little bit. But that is a lot of lapis. Now I can make another cobblestone generator over there, and that is awesome. And we got all the diamonds in the world we want. Okay, but what I'm gonna do now is actually set this guy up to reset config. While we're not using this, I'm gonna remove these two filters, and I'm gonna show you guys with the ender chest, so you can see how that works also. So now I'm getting any ore that is here. Now let's find out something funky like amethyst, and press U on here. And this is, oh, there is no ore dictionary entry. Okay. That's a bummer. Okay, I'll show you guys what I'm doing with that now. Let's go home real quick. And I'm pretty sure that I still have one of them in ore form. Wrong chest. Yes, right there. I don't care about any of these other ones here. I don't know what we need them for. Let's go back and add that by hand, so we make sure we get all the amethysts in case we want to make any more tools. I really like that amethyst. Right, I lost my Digiminer. Went north. There he is. Okay, config, new filter, item stack, and now when we put this in here and click save, and now let's go ahead and start. No, now we want to have eject, auto eject, and I'm gonna keep it on silk touch. What? 5,500? Why is that so much? Is that the silk touch? I'm not understanding something here right now, because in testing, fully upgraded with speed and energy, this was pulling 400 RF. Now it's showing 923. Well, this is actually gonna drain us now, but whatever. Let's just start this. 14,800 items. Yeah, there is no way that I can process all this right now, but is it an auto eject? I thought I set it to auto eject. No. So there we go. Now it's going all directly into the base. And I can add all these goodies here to get out of my bags. Alright, I see you guys back home. Now that the digital miner is hard at work for us, we can sit out here on the balcony and have a cookie and just put our feet up and relax. I love it. I'm very happy that we got that done and it's doing the work for us. Because eventually we're gonna need a lot of mats to get going with more tech and so on. But that is it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, I'll appreciate a thumbs up. And until next time, take care everybody. Bye bye.